Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe here with some Battlefield 3, hardcore mode of course, and Caspian border. I'm running engineer most of this game, and I'm probably going to spend most of my time in this tank here. And you know me, I really spend a lot of time in the armor, and as engineer, if I am typically playing by myself without friends, the reason for that is because I can keep safe, get the kills up, death ratio will remain pretty low, and like I always say, the vehicles just do so much damage, and beyond that, they're just capable of winning games. So I would rather be in control of it than just allowing somebody to use the armor or any other vehicle as just a taxi service. So moving right along here, I had originally intended to try to grab some back to Karkind footage, but unfortunately, like I was also saying earlier, I'm having trouble finding good hardcore servers in general, let alone ones that are running back to Karkind, which again is just extremely sad. So hopefully with the next major patch release that DICE is working on, you know, we may see a resurgence in the community, and you know, who knows. Now apparently the latest news is that DICE is also working on some major downloadable content. There's no information on what it is. They said that they were going to announce it a few weeks ago, and they never did. I don't know why they do that. Why do developers say, "Oh, it's gonna just don't even tell us," because just announce it when you're ready to announce it, and just don't get our hopes up. But yeah, there's not much information on it. I don't know if it's going to be a big expansion, kind of like Battlefield Vietnam for Bad Company 2, or if it's just going to be maps and weapons. I'm not sure. They did say for sure that it's not just going to be a couple maps. They said that it was going to be more than that, so sounds exciting. Here's hoping for Battlefield 2143. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, but beyond that, anything would be nice. Some more larger maps, you know, via BF2 would also be a welcome sight. And here we are, just mostly tank hunting right now. Switching between the guided shell and normal rounds to basically just give that quick double punch. You know, just keep switching between those rounds. So you basically get 2 hits. The downside is, of course, is if you don't have a 50 cal gunner with you, is that you really can't get all that infantry out of the way, or at least not quickly. So my goal this game was to mostly kind of focus on capturing and securing territory and tank hunting. So I would go to wherever I was needed mostly. We did dominate most of this map, and since I did join the server late, I just tried to stay, you know, within my own reach here. So we've got some enemy armor at this point that I'm kind of waiting for, as their spawn is obviously towards that direction. And at some points in this game, they just stayed back and just kept trying to fire in, but that was actually not really too good for them, as it basically put their armor to waste. Because even though you sometimes want to stay back and get some shots in, ideally you kind of want to be, unfortunately the way this game is balanced is you kind of want to use the armor to capture territory if you've got good support. I don't like running tanks in to cap a flag and then I just end up getting C4'd or something. So I really try to use them very well, keep a good distance, then move in, then pull back out, provide more fire support and defend. But in this case, I was just trying to cap some of the outer territories here. Definitely run into some problems getting hit by 2 tanks, it looks like. One may have veered off, and of course I'm backing out for some repairs. Always taking cover, trying to, you know, again, keep moving around to avoid sniper fire. Pull the tank behind rocks and cover to get that repair in. And then there's that enemy tank there. Looks like I missed him, though. And then I see an infantry by the rock over there. I'm like, oh, crap. I forget about the tank, fire at the infantry. I'm not sure if it was an engineer, but I thought I'd take him instead. Now, we're still working on this tank, switching to that guided shell. There goes another punch. And I didn't see the X there, so it didn't look like I got a hit with the guided shell. I'm not sure what happened there. Wouldn't be the first time. He's rolling out, still taking some damage, but I'm missing a lot as well. He may have had reactive armor on, so that could have absorbed one shot. And in the meantime, I'm worried about my 6, realizing a friendly Abrams has showed up. And it looks like somebody with better aim than myself has probably taken that tank out. Now, again, I'm kind of looking back at that hill. I'm just always looking around because as we have this missile lock here, my biggest fear, my 2 biggest fears was probably A, getting C4'd, or B, at this point, the Javelin. And, you know, as of a few patches, you know, ago, the Javelin had just become, you know, buffed up a bit, or it actually works as it's intended now. It really just extremely damaging. And typically is my, I would say, my #1 death these days while in a tank. But at this point, I'm just trying to pull back. I seem to be under fire. It sounds like maybe tank fire coming in on me. And this is where it's just time to get out of dodge. And there's a good time to retreat, and there's a time to not. This was a time to do a strategic retreat and kind of resurvey the area. Think like, okay, I'm in here. I don't know what's going on at this point. I'm going to back up, look around, get the bigger picture, and then go back in. And as you can see, I'm flanking all the way around here to kind of get a bigger picture. And in doing so, we come up on the friendly, clip the back of the tank, and get a kill assist there. So as you see, by coming out of this battle, I was able to get a larger picture of what was going on and then see that opponent and help out just a little bit. Although, you know, the one hit, my friendly would have probably been okay, but, you know, why not? So, secondary target here, we got another guy in the hill, but I'm also getting a missile lock here. That one came from above, and it's, of course, a Javelin. So, not sure where that infantry is. I'm guessing he was somewhere in the hills. And here we go off of a fresh vehicle. Missile lock with the guided shell, and the vehicle's disabled, and it looks like a friendly hits him in the back. Good assist there as we roll into Bravo. We've got some aircraft in the sky as well that I'm a little worried about, but we're going to move in. And I see that I've got some backup here with the infantry, so this guy just flies out of nowhere, and I don't even know where that guy came from. I just decided to send him back to wherever he came from. But anyway, as I was saying, I moved in here. I knew there was friendly infantry, so I felt safer being here. Again, typically tanks in real life, from what I know, and in this game, you don't want to always be in those confined areas because you get stuck. There's so many places for infantry to hide and take you out. You just become an easy kill for most people. And here, just constant lock, very long lock. I try to go after some cover, still take a hit. There was no avoiding it. Going for repairs. This time I do have a 50 cal gunner who's laying it down a little bit. Kind of moving around a little bit, just getting those repairs. We're fresh. Still taking a lock. Trying to get out of here at this point. I'm like, oh boy. There's nothing more nerve-wracking than the mistletoe. And then I see a target up on the hill. I see that glow up there. I'm like, okay, let me grab kind of a fixed position here. Let him have it. Looks like a disable on the first shot. Trying to zero it in with the crosshairs there. I'm locked, but I know I can take the damage. So I continue after this target and take him. He's down. We do have a little bit of damage here. 50 gunners on it. I think it's time for some repairs. There we go. Now at this point we've got 2 places that are contested here. I'm still under missile lock. Trying to go into this ditch. I'm thinking maybe I get some cover, get rid of that lock. Nope. No dice. Still taking the hit. I decided to keep moving because I felt that if I got out I might have been taken. We got armor that was painted for me there. And he's down. We also have somebody in the CITV station. Now here, if you notice, I actually turned the tank to face the enemy side before I went for the repair. I wanted my strongest armor in the front. Although at this point that might have been a mistake just because they do have Bravo, and this guy apparently met his demise trying to do that. So I'm going in hopefully to clean up Bravo. This place can usually be kind of messy with a tank. There's a lot of places to get stuck. And getting high speed around here is always not easy, so... This is where you just got to keep looking around, survey the area. I've got a 50 cal gunner, so typically he's going to be looking around. We got one guy on foot. I see that guy up front. I can't fire because I'm worried about friendly fire, but he manages. The other guy I think manages to get him, and then I fire shortly after he fires his shots. Unfortunately, we still lose the man. I do see a guy running behind that bus there. I fire a couple shots to kind of scare him away. And this is definitely where it's going to get interesting. Alright, so we are secure. And I know this guy's still here. I'm like, okay, where is he? Oh, there he is. Alright, well. And he ejects into space. Let us definitely see that one again. How about some slow motion, ladies and gentlemen? There he is. Boom! 120 shot, ejects up. And it's down. The 50 gunner still shooting. Probably trying to shoot the guy in the air. I don't even know. He just went into orbit with that one. And that's definitely one of the reasons to play Battlefield. Is just no matter what game has come out. Here he comes for the dismount. Look at that. That's a 10-point landing. No matter what version of Battlefield you play, they've always had these quirky, buggy, glitchy, funny physics that just sometimes click in and give you a great laugh. And it's always great when you and your friends see it on Ventrilo and you just bust out laughing over the whole situation. There's another guy on the hill as we roll out. Taken care of with the 50 cal. And I'm thinking, okay, we secured Bravo. And I'm thinking about that gas station again because that's always contested. But we've got some helicopter problems here. And at this point, I'm just taking so much damage. I'm like, okay, let's try to back up. Constant. I'm like, this is pretty much over with. We're done. I'm going to try to at least get one more shot. Try to get that tone. And even at that close range, it looked like it missed. Or didn't even go out. And then a T-90 came out and got me. So we're back on a field. Fresh tank. Shot out with the guided shell. Looked like a disable. Trying to hit that helo as well. Not happening. And again, missile tone from something. Big surprise. Shot out. Missing there apparently. Going for the guided. But he is safe for the time being. Still getting some tones. Looks like it's coming from infantry to the right. Going for that helo. Can it do it? Looks like he's used up his flares. And that's a satisfying. Always love getting that 2-for-1 special on the helicopters. Also taking out some infantry to the right, but I am still under some major fire. Time to go for some quick repairs here. You can hear the shots coming in. Ricochets and pops and hisses. Somebody either had really bad aim or they're just on the complete other side. I'm not sure where that was coming from. It's always funny to think, being in a tank in this game, when you spend most of the time in it by yourself, you know, mostly just because you're playing by yourself, even though you're in a squad, the amount of, you can see the amount of devastation I'm able to cause alone. It's just, you know, imagine when you have 2 and then sometimes 3 people in the tank loaded out. Oh, it's just phenomenal, the amount of damage you can do. And I decided to chase after that guy. It's always fun driving a multi-million-dollar vehicle for one guy. Here we go. Missile lock on this helicopter. He's flying slow. I'm like thinking that, oh, I've got to have this guy. I was like, okay. He went low to the earth to remove the lock, and I missed him. Standard shot. Boom, there's one hit. He's disabled. Going for a lock. The guided shell appears to miss. Go for a second manual hit. At least got 2 shots in on him. Then go for that tank on the ground, assisted by that Viper helicopter. And there we go. Interesting that that guided shell missed, though. As we roll in, I'm going to secure Alpha. body on the ground, so you can tell. I almost thought that that was an enemy, but you see how I did a double check. There's always a few seconds I take, sometimes before, or milliseconds if you will, before firing that shot, just to verify friend from foe. And I saw a guy run over there. I don't know where he went. He basically just disappeared, and I was looking for him. I don't know if somebody else got him. And I just saw that rocket fly across the back side of the tank, and which made me want to turn around and basically kill that guy. But there's a guy popping up who I'm not sure I actually killed, because I think the last kill status was from the first guy. But I come back around to take a look for this guy, and at this point I decide, like, okay, time to basically bug out a little bit here and kind of just get to a safe point before I conduct any repairs. So wait for the all clear, then go out for the repair. The worst thing you could do is literally stop the tank too close to a firefight, and then somebody hijacks your tank, and then you're screwed. I always back it out, get into a safety zone, and go for some repairs. So at this point, 120 to 54, we are making a comeback. Enemy infantry destroyed by that guy who just managed to take the tank at the last minute. Once again, surveying the area. Swinging around just to check this flank here, and all of a sudden, the friendly in front of me is nothing but smoke and debris. It seemed like a one-hit kill. I really don't know what hit him. It could have been that jet with a air-to-ground missile, or maybe some C4. We've got a contact on this hill, but I don't know if he would have been capable of bringing that tank down. So not too sure, but I do know it is time to get out of this location and go help secure Echo here with the gas station. Got a guy running up to me, let him in as a 50 gunner, and spend some more time under missile lock, which is typically the norm these days. As we take some severe damage, definitely time to get out, and of course running to the safe side of the tank and get some repairs in. At least what I think is the safe side. But ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely time for my friendly reminder to comment, like, and favorite the video if you've enjoyed it. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That's going to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest of my airsoft and video game. Always the best HD and commentary you can find. And for those of you that don't actually have YouTube accounts, that just watch videos randomly without logging in, I really recommend logging in, making a free YouTube account. It's going to allow you to subscribe to the directors you enjoy and just really set up your YouTube account and channel. And perhaps you might even start uploading videos yourself. It really helps. There's a lot more you can do once you're logged in versus just having a free account where you have basically no privileges. It takes a few seconds, and it's going to allow you to just have a lot more control over your YouTube experience. But anyway, guys, you can see we had a K to D of 13 to 4. Not too bad, but what was most important was that we kept the map alive. We kept the points under control and capping and defending and keeping the team going. That's what mattered. Not really the kills, just the fact that we kept the team's points good and eventually giving us a good comeback. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. This is SideStrafe out. See you on the next one.